Now, here's a quick one. I want to debunk this myth and, if you like, pseudo belief about prayers. All right. Specifically, I want everyone here who believes in prayer to pay careful attention. The word prayer is even a legal term in a way because the lawyers praise the judge. So if you want to look at the word prayer from the etymology, you would have been looking at a prefix of the word persuade. So whoever you're persuading is a superior authority, and you don't persuade a superior authority without your what we call legal grounds, or what we call your strong reason. Okay. Now, having said that, there's a myth I want to debunk. For those of us whose year has started, that is, for those of us who believes that January is a new year, I'm directing this to you right now. You know, all over the Christendom, as it were right now, there is this global rituals that we are carrying out, and that is fasting and prayers. Fasting and prayers. We do this at the beginning of every year. I've always been of this opinion because I am so unconventional when it has to do with some kind of things that deserves critical thinking or quantitative reasoning. Now, if the year is born, like we agree, those of us whose calendar has started this January, the year has been born, right? Okay, if the year is born this January, the question I'm going to ask you is at what point, the question I want you to answer is, at what point should we have started our fasting? Because when you say a child is born, that is to say that this child is already existing. Now, at what point do parents prepare for the child in the womb? Is it after birth or before? If you are a parent, or perhaps you are a caregiver, you are a nanny, or you are someone who is mature, I'm sure you would have known the answer, that you don't prepare for a child that is already born. The moment the woman takes in, the moment the woman is pregnant, the first thing that happens when it's confirmed is to start preparing for the baby things in preparation for the arrival. Start buying things to keep so that the moment the EDD clocks, the expected day of delivery, everything that child needs from the nurses and the doctors to have bring the child into the world would have been ready. Now the year is born, that's when we are trying to prepare for the year. But that's notwithstanding, I don't have a problem with that. Here's my area of concern. What is prayer and fasting? Because fasting and prayer does not move God. Yeah, you heard. Fasting and prayer makes you become closer to God. Yeah, is taking penitence for yourself. Your fasting and prayer does not improve God. And let me say this is striking. I'm going to go back to what I said before, but let me just pause a while and say this. Your fasting and prayer is not what governs your life. The world that God created, the universe at large that God created, is not governed by fasting and prayer. What governs the universe is what is called laws and system, laws and principles. Yeah. There are universal laws and principles that God has kept in place to govern the universe. You cannot use your fasting and prayers to explain that away.